Hello, Bill Clodsey here. Welcome to an Ixalan draft. Our rare, good place to start, is a 3/2 for 3 dinosaur, relevant creature type, and it scavenges. When it enters or attacks, you get to gobble up some graveyard, and it gets a little bigger so it can attack as a 4/3 often enough, or gain you some life. It's a pretty good little card. What else? Got Pirate's Cutlass, kind of the good equipment of the set. Great on little evasive dudes. Favorable Winds, a fine build around. And the 4 mana Oblivion Ring, Ixalan's Binding. That might just edge out the rare by a bit, and I'm going to start with that here. Of note, Sleek Schooner, some aggressive 2-drops, well, really just the Deep Root Warrior, and not many vampires, so if we can do a good job here of cutting that tribe, we could get rewarded with a powerful deck. Old Growth Dryads, not one I'm going to pick. New Horizons. I like getting Glorifier of Dusk. It's in the right tribe if we're vampires. Pious Interdiction is good, but I don't think it's as good as Glorifier. We are passing to the Flash, the fastest drafter out there. And Bina, Phenol, Dotting Pendragon, Jason A, Terudo, and Juanito. This pack looks like an easy kite sail freebooter. It's not a vampire, but the effect is great. Kind of duress on an already decent body. 2 mana for a 1/2 is not insane, but it's fine. And the Vampire Tribe is looking to just get attackers in the air, build up some damage, and then finish off with a big whatever life drain somehow. Lightning Rig Crew is good. Legion's Judgment might be another option since we're white, and it's a pretty efficient removal spell, as long as the sizes of creatures are right. Hey, there we go. Let's get in the right tribe here. I love Inspiring Cleric. I love this art. That's a sweet sword. Anyway, everything about this is great. It's also a good card. 3/2 for 3 is fine. Relevant creature type, and gaining 4 life lets you make use of these activations on certain cards like Glorifier, paying some life. Call to the Feast is just even more efficient. Vampires love going wide. It doesn't want to meet certain dinosaurs that can kill them all at once, but yeah, aside from that, you're getting a lot of value here, and it sends a pretty good signal, or denies a signal that Vampires is open, because we don't want people thinking that. Equipment makes these little tokens a lot better, but Prying Blade is still not the equipment you want. Skullduggery, on the other hand, it's like a mini equipment / removal spell. Here we go. The new Gustwalker of the set, Skyblade of the Legion. Gustwalker of the Legion. It's not a super impressive card, and generally this effect is like more defensive than offensive, but like in a controlling deck, your 1/3s are going to get in eventually, and in the meanwhile they can kind of block. But in the Vampire deck, again, you're just picking away damage. Maybe you can enchant this thing up or equip it and get in a lot more. So I actually like this card a lot. We'll see if my valuations are correct, and I'll pick up another one here. Is it worth looking at Pirate's Prize, or even another color for the Whiptail? I don't really think so, since we have pretty good devotion to white here. And yeah, we don't need to worry about too much else. Costly Plunder, March of the Drowned, and Grim Captain's Call. All of those make sense if you have extra tokens around to plunder, or if you're, you know, getting killed by some removal spell, you can snatch it out from under them and draw a couple cards instead. So that's pretty good. We could just take Skyblade since we're not the pirate deck, and Duress is more of a sideboard card, and Costly Plunders come late. So if we're going to not be sure about a pick, then just take the creature. Spreading Rot, more of a sideboard card. It kills some of the rare flip lands, the whatever, the quests of the set that flip into good stuff, but we'll take Blightkeeper. Ooh, here we go. Mark of the Vampire. Some vampires don't suck blood without a little help, like these Skyblades. They kind of just cut stuff with swords, so you give them fangs with the mark, and they become real threats. The Chalice. It looks like a vampire card because it's draining life, but it's just pretty bad. I mean, I don't know. It can be sipped in the sideboard. Give something to keep Blightkeeper entertained. And I would play Blightkeeper if it comes to it. But since it's not really a vampire yet, I'm not excited to play it. The effect is just kind of good over a long game. I like it so far. Can we open... We need to open another one I'm not super excited to play in a vampire deck, but it's certainly playable. The Heartstopper. We need to open one of the Vampire Lords, one of either the Hellrider one, which drains for each vampire attacking, or one of the Legends, or the Mythic. Pass on some green dinosaurs so people don't get the wrong idea about what's open. Vona. Shots called here. We're opening Vona. I'd take Vraska too. Anything that starts with a V would have been nice. Thematic Compass. I like this card. Our deck might be a little too fast to want it. The other options are Bishop Soldier, generally good. Vampire Zeal, which comes in handy. First strike on your vampires. They don't have Death Touch for the most part, but yeah, pretty good one. Skullduggery, also pretty good. I'm not too worried about picking up enough tricks. We have one Skullduggery. By the end of this, we're just going to want a massive amount of creatures. Best card in the pack is easily Savage Stomp, followed by Merfolk Branchwalker. And then even Thematic Compass is pretty good, but I'll just go with this vampire-style deck where we take bad creatures early and try to overrun our opponent. Yeah, cards like Bishop Soldier do get better with tricks, like Skullduggery. Lightning Strike, another really good one. Wanted Scoundrels, sets up the pressure early. And I find that a lot of decks don't have an efficient answer for Wanted Scoundrels. Pounce, you're usually trading away. Red is your best bet because it has Lightning Strike and things. Blue bounces it, so it doesn't kill it. Yeah, red has a couple good options. Fire Blast, or Fire Cannon Blast at common. So it's close here between the Paladin and the Scoundrels, but I will go with the Scoundrels. Free wins from time to time. Oh, now that is interesting. Dousing Dagger. Problem with this card is you just don't get to attack into the plant creatures with non-flyers. And then you get to add 3 mana of any color to your mana pool when you flip it. I don't think this is good. It's good if you're ramping and evasive. Or if you like in a big old dinosaur deck, you put it on your Dreadmaw. He doesn't care about some plant tokens. He'll go right through them. Not for us, I think. I'd rather have the Pirate's Blade, just to put that on the Skyblades of the Legion. Oh well, pass it on. Seeker's Squire, there we go. It does some good things. It explores, it's 2 mana. It's not a vampire, but we don't even have vampire synergy yet anyway. So that's not going to be a big deal. Another Bishop Soldier. And you were worried that we wouldn't get enough Bishop Soldiers. This is what we're doing. 3 of those. Now pump spells and equipment get much better. In fact, I would probably be happy playing 1 Prying Blade in this deck just because of how nice it is to double the power of your flyer. And it's pretty easy. It's cheap and pretty easy to equip. A Spell Swindle, a fun one. They did a good job with this set. Vanquish the Weak, though, that'll be the one for us. If that wasn't here, I would take Vampire's Zeal, because playing a bunch of 2-drops, the early combat tricks become basically removal spells. And if you're really lucky, you can just use those to kill your opponent. Ruthless Knave. We have 0 3-drops at the moment. We have a Vanquish the Weak, kind of the closest thing to it. And it's a fine one. Queen's Agent just comes down a bit too late. We're going to be too aggressive for that to get enough value. Fathom Fleet Cutthroat would be good in our deck because we have so many little things that can ping for damage. Just attack in for free. I'll take Dark Nourishment, though. It's harder to get your hands on one of these. And here's another chance at a Cutthroat, but I'll take that chance to pick Skullduggery. And our Paladin Wheels. Wow, vampires are open. We have 19 cards I'm happy to play after Pack 2. So Pack 3 should be good for us. Lurking Chupacabra. We don't have much Explore, so I don't think we include that yet. You need like 5+ Explore effects, and then this becomes good. But even then, only against, well, I guess against most decks that effect is fine. No one's completely missing out on 2 toughness creatures. Maybe like the white-green deck, but it's rare. Encampment Keeper. How wide are we going? And if we're going wide, that could just be a win condition. For that reason, I like it better than Blight Keeper. But it also needs equipment to take advantage of that first strike, because what doesn't block a 1-power creature? Good against vampires, too, because they will often have 1 toughness tokens lying around. So we need a few more creatures. Whoa. And we'll focus on quality spells. Well, this is this is a thing. Sun Titan, except it doesn't do it when it enters, but it's 5 mana for a Vigilant Vampire, and you get a creature card only, not any permanent, no fetch lands. But yeah, so all of our 2-drops come back when this thing attacks. That's got to be good enough. Even if you're chump attacking with it with a wide board, yeah, we'll be happy to have that. Now, I'd also be happy to wheel Aerosaur, Deacon, Paladin. That's it, I guess. But I'm pretty sure the Deacon and the Paladin can wheel on this table. Certainly not the Aerosaur. That'll be snapped up by the next person if they're even remotely close to playing white, because that's great. It's possible the Aerosaur is better than the Bishop, but yeah, how often do you get to play with these sweet rares? Another Binding, perfect, perfect. Cannot argue with that. And a Paladin. It feels really good to play Paladin when you're ahead, and it also feels pretty good to play Paladin when you're behind. You're getting 2 bodies, one of them has lifelink, the other one trades up. Solid. Yeah. Oh, I put that in the wrong pile. We do have 2 of those. Grim Captain's Call. We also have mostly vampires, so the Grim Captain's Call is not as interesting. Legion's Judgment. Having access to 1 of these is going to be good. Now, it won't kill most flyers that could get in the way of these Skyblades. So that is a consideration. Do we need the 4th Skyblade? Not with so many other good 2-drops, I think. So we can take the Judgment. Lay some Judgment down. Seeker's Squire, yeah, that's That's an even better 2-drop, so I will take that. And here's our first Deacon. It's likely we'll get 2 of these, and we definitely don't need to worry about the number of playables. I think we cut the Keeper, take a nice removal spell. I like the Freebooter. I like both Skullduggeries. Maybe Ruthless Knave is weaker than our 2-drops. Duress in case we play against some kind of Planeswalker. And the Deacon is back. We have 1 Mark of the Vampire. I think I like Deacon better than Mark. It just adds so much to a deck like this. It makes your Skyblades 3/3 flyers. That's hard to beat. Bishops become 4/2 lifelinkers. The tokens become 3/1 lifelinkers. Hard to argue with all that. Now, what are we cutting? Too many good cards here. I think an early cut is Legion's Judgment. I like all the 2-drops, but one of them's got to go. Something's got to go. Probably either a Bishop Soldier or a Skyblade. Yeah, Skyblade's a little worse than the Bishop, given the way our deck's shaping up. And then we're pretty even between... Yeah, we'll play 16 lands. We're pretty even between white and black. So that looks like the size of our deck for now. And then a wrench gets thrown into it with another contract killing. Oh, what do we do? If we have enough black, that might even be better. It might be a better card than Dark Nourishment. Especially since on 5 mana we could easily still have a 2-drop in our hand. We play this, sack the 2 things, and play a 2-drop. Interloper versus Queen's Agent. Our top end's good enough without the Agent. We'll take the Interloper for the sideboard. Atsakan Archer, annoying to play against, and I don't really want the territory. Despite being heavily in a tribe, it doesn't help cast everything, and certainly not the spells. The one of Conquistador. If this was the draft to get multiple Conquistadors, or if any draft is, then this one would have been it. But it was not to be so. Okay, the build should be easy, but it's actually looking difficult to make any cuts at all. After the cuts we've already made, things like Legion's Judgment. And for that reason, it probably doesn't matter so much what we end up cutting. But I don't want to cut any of those. Anything up top I don't really want to cut. Contract Killings. Glorifier. What's better, Anointed Deacon or Bishop of Rebirth? In this deck with like infinite 2-drops, they're both good. We'll try it without the Bishop. Actually, hold on, let's go by color. Yeah, we want to keep it more even between white and black, so I'll actually cut 1 Deacon. Yeah, what a reason. Oh well. Yeah, it looks like a strong deck. We're just going to go 8/8 down the middle, and certainly if we need to be more controlling or put more creatures back into play, we can change things up after sideboarding. Part of this is it is early in the format, and we're just doing a bit of experimentation. So we'll try this. We'll try this girl out, and if she works, then she stays. Round 1 versus Barvaz in our excellent vampire deck. We'll keep this. Kitesail Freebooter. Actually, probably start with Bishop Soldier. The later you play Freebooter, the more likely it is they've used like something, and you can get their only thing. Yeah, let's play Bishop Soldier. That keeps the Queen's Bay Soldier at bay, because they can't really trade hits here. Well, maybe they can. Maybe they can. And then just depending on what they go for here. Oh, 2 vampire tokens. All right. What is our best play? The mirror match. Hold up our skullduggery that they don't know about. I'm going to get out the Skyblade. It blocks Queen's Bay Soldier, and if they don't have a pump to finish it off, then mark it up. Oh boy, yeah. So they really just don't have an attack here. And they don't have a block either, because their creatures are much worse on defense than ours are on offense. Now, the other option is to actually play the freebooter to make sure the way's clear for next turn. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna go for Squire first. Freebooter. Deacon is good too. Put that on top. See what we can get. Probably their remove. Their removal here. So Pious Interdiction and Walk the Plank. We have to take Walk the Plank because that kills the pirate, and Pious Interdiction does not kill it. Good to know about. So it revealed all of them, and apparently Pious Interdiction was revealed twice? Yeah, once for revealing and once like remaining revealed. I don't know, something weird like that. They're trying to get a raid trigger in, but I'll make the obvious block. I'll fall for it. Seeker's Squire's done enough. Oh, I'm sorry. Still new at this format. Whatever. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. We could have just blocked with any 2 things and it would have been fine. What now? Let's get in 3 damage. Yeah, things were going well. Now they're not. Wow, what a pesky creature. It does mean they can't really attack with their vampire tokens. Just take the hit. The Paladin lets us finally trade off with the Queen's Bay Soldier. And then after they use Pious Interdiction, then we'll put Mark of the Vampire on something. Ouch. Oh, good deal. Dark Nourishment's plenty good here. I'll still start with the Paladin. We can't afford to block with our 1/3 against the Duskborn this turn anyway, so we'll get out another lifelink token. They're not going to kill us this turn either. It's nice to know what their hand is. If they want to make a big all-out attack, they could interdict the Deacon, but then they won't have the Duskborn activation, so I think they just make a similar attack here. Maybe just the Flyer, in fact. Yeah, at this point, let's load up on the Queen's Bay Soldier. Hope they don't have a first strike thing. And I'm not sure which they trade with. Maybe the lifelinker, maybe the 3/2. Doesn't matter much to me. The only reason I didn't block it before with our lifelinker is because they could have just killed it easily. So they'll get in 4 here, or I'll net 2 with our lifelink. Another Queen's Commission. My goodness. Sure, no big deal. Part of me wants to play Bishop of Rebirth, but another part of me wants to kill the Sky Marcher. I really just want to kill that thing. And then what? Yeah, then we need to block. So I'll get in some lifelink damage here. They'll probably trade off, but that's more lifelink for us. Come on, use your use your mark. Or sorry, use your pious interdiction, because we want to mark up something and then give it more power with the deacon and keep going from there. Here we go. Yep, no more flyer attacker. It's still kind of annoying. Contract killing. The other option is to play the bishop this turn, then use Mark of the Vampire on it so they can't team up with a bunch of vampires. I don't know what we're supposed to pump up this turn. Maybe the Paladin. Maybe get some strange lag. I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, if they want to trade off 2 vampires for it, I'm fine with that. It means they just will not have blocks for the bishop next turn. We can start getting back our soldier. We have the bishop and we have the bishop's soldier. We've got it all. All kinds of good stuff here. Is it a flavor fail to play pirate-themed cards with a vampire-themed deck? Oh, they don't even want to mess with our value here. They don't even know what's in our hand, but our hand is great. All right, stealing walk the plank. You can see how annoying this this guy is. Just a great card. Okay, duress might be worth it because a vampire deck plays out all of their creatures early and then holds on to those clutch removal spells for things that they can't deal with, so we can use duress to get rid of those. The other thing to note is a lot of 1 toughness creatures. We don't need scoundrels to win. It could just be something they kill and get their stuff back. Yeah, that seems fine. They just make it walk the plank immediately. All right, I will keep this hand. All it needs to do is draw one of our 8 black sources. And it's got the plains to get to 4 mana too. I don't think you'd be crazy to mulligan this, but I think you'd be wrong. Most of the time. Oh boy, they got the card we needed. Sanctum Seeker? We need our exile spell here, but instead we'll play enough power to block it and kill it, and hopefully nothing's walking the plank or otherwise dying. Oh man, this is awkward. They might pacify the Paladin. Yep, walking the plank. Fair enough. Good cards deserve to win. There we go. Good cards deserve to win. I want to see if we can draw something. We're looking for our second swamp. Mark of the Vampire, I'm sorry. We'll have to put that on the bottom. I'm sorry, that's just not good enough here because I'm really scared about what they might have. It is worth noting that they used walk the plank immediately instead of representing or having a trick. They might not have wanted to spend their best removal spell in the deck for half of a card, well, 2/3 of a card, unless they had to. In any case, we could triple block here, and that might be good enough. I'll take the lame block, though. I'll just make this block. So they probably have a trick. Yeah, like we couldn't have beaten that. If we knew they had exactly that, we could do some things differently there. But we didn't know. Seeker's Squire. I want to hit the swamp here, and we do hit it. And that means we can freeboot. Oh god. Same idea. Heartless Pillage is going to suck, but we'll take Walk the Plank. They have multiples of those. And they're left with Heartless Pillage, Mind Rot, basically, and Pious Interdiction. And if they draw land, they could actually do both next turn off the raid. Cool. At least we took one thing and we know what's going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just another awkward turn here. What do we discard? Call to the Feast and Contract Killing, possibly? Yeah, probably Bishop and Call to the Feast. I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. This is just super awkward. Well, there's no reason to give them Walk the Plank back yet. We'll take this down to 5. We trade off here. All they have left is Heartless Pillage +1. We gain a life, so we're up to 6. They kill our 1/2. Fine with me. So we gain more life. And I've had about enough of that thing attacking us. I've had just about enough. Yeah, that creature's good. Let's kill it. Then I don't want to play our Bishop Soldier because I expect them to discard 2 cards and we'll keep Bishop of Rebirth. Down to 30 over there. God, this guy's way too good. It's only rare. Yeah, I'll get rid of these 2 cards. Good ones, but Bishop can get back umpteen cards from our graveyard. Hopefully it doesn't get countered here. Gets back... Yeah, it gets back 3 cards, so for the next 3 turns, as long as they don't kill our bishop, we're in good shape. Ooh, that's rough. Well, it trades with both and gets back a creature. If that's not good enough, I don't know what is. Wait for Skullduggery. This is probably good enough. Alright, so we're going to get Seeker's Squire so that we don't have to draw a land right away. And they just have to, make the trade, or they lose. They can't let us do that every turn. Yeah, we didn't have anything, so let them off easy this time. Jeez, they're getting off real easy this time. I hope they don't unlock with a trick there. We don't need to show them that we're drawing all lands. Just a bunch of removal spells. Nothing to see here. I love how that shuts down all of our attackers. Except our flyer. And it gives us good blockers for the cleric. We can just trade off 2 of our creatures for it. Why couldn't we have had these lands in our hand when they pillaged us? It's pretty even here. Hopefully they're not getting a raid trigger. If we were at higher life, we'd be fine with that trade. But, oh man. I think we all see what's happening here. Come on, game. Draw something good. Not another land. All right. Ah. We're not doing so hot. There we go. That's what we needed. A creature. We're not quite dead here. Pretty close. They don't get to attack with the Conquistador. I think the correct attack is Sky March and Queen's Bay only. Okay, they'll just do that because they want to trade with our attacking bishop, or bishop soldier, whatever it's called. Ridiculous. We should, I mean, whatever. Whatever, game. And we are dead to their attack here, so that was fine. This is fine. Tell me this is game. Tell me this is game 2. I don't think it is. I think it's game 3. Begin sideboarding. Oh, it is game 2. It felt like 2 games worth of losing. That's how bad that was. Alright, we need Blinding Fog. No, wait. We need to take out all of our lands. Judgment. I'm glad we actually have that out of our deck. That would just be bad in this deck. Another Skyblade, interesting. Bishop Soldier, pretty good. Let's do it. Let's draw any number of Skullduggeries. Be on the play, so we get our aggro going early. We start with our lands, so we don't need to draw them later. Everything's going well. And we know what game it is this time. Game 3. Easy to lose track of. It's okay. We can draw a few lands early. It's fine. Now we're up to 5 or 6. Yeah, we just never need 6. Never need 6. I'm not gonna trade here. Just doesn't look like a whole ton of value. Obviously they can't attack there because we're given the choice of trading or tapping it. But now we can get in there for 1. Start to chip away at all that extra life from the cleric. Here they go. Time for the big monster that we kill with contract killing, which gets us a few more lands that we don't need. We need to draw a 2-drop, or really just anything good. I would settle for anything good. Ooh, Duskborn, I like that one. I like that card. Might be worth contract killing here. Shoot, what do you think they're up to with that attack? I'll just take it. Okay, I've decided. Let's attack with everything except our 1/1 lifelink vampire. I imagine they have a... I imagine they have something. Maybe a kill spell. Rallying Roar. Oh, great. So we just lost... we just lost the Bishop Soldier for free. Not really for free. I think this is actually fine. We traded off one thing. We traded off 2 for 2. Contract killing ought to let us attack through here, unless they play something bigger. I don't know, it's fine. But I do like Rallying Roar in the Vampire deck, because it does go so wide. That's a nice one. And they can get in for 3 here, and then they have 2 blockers, so our attacks suck. Best bet is just to kill that Deacon. And use all that mana. I'm actually going to just use the mana from this to get Skyblade out so they don't know what's in our hand. And we don't need that mana for anything. We're not at high enough life, or they're not at low enough life for us to sack a vampire to get in 3. We'll just use it later. What is this attack, do you think? They want us to use 3 of our vampires to trade with it? No thanks. I'm surprised they didn't use that. Are they saving 6 mana for something? Or did they have another Rallying Roar? Oh well. We have enough creatures. Rallying Roar just picks off 2 things. So I think that's fine overall. I should have kept the land for Mind Rot. On the other hand, maybe I should play the land because of Mind Rot. Really makes you think. Maverick Fane. We got a couple good ones, but we didn't get as good Vampire Lords as they did. Ridiculous. That's a good card. Dark Nourishment. Die! Thank goodness. Alright, so we're getting in a pretty big hit here. Again, I don't want to trade 1 vampire off. I'm fine just doing this bit of damage, and we're pretty good on defense. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure they wanted to do this. They do get to kill 2 vampires, but we're gaining a lot more life. And we don't have to worry about them doing this every turn from now on. Yeah, I'll take that trade. Pious Interdiction. Seeker Squire, good even in the late game when you're trying not to draw lands. And so we don't. And I'll keep that in hand. One less planes we have to draw later. We'll keep drawing them anyway. They have a flyer. They have a flyer. We might be too soft on our creatures. I mean, having too many early creatures that don't do much. And just, we should have another Deacon in the deck. Ooh, that's gonna suck because now they can attack through our 1/3. And we have no good attacks into it this turn. Come on. Ooh, that's good. back in the driver's seat here with the biggest thing on the board. No, walk the plank. They do have a lot of good removal. An inspiring attack. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could trade our Skyblade and Vampire for it by blocking with 3. Ouch, it's just awkward, it's just bad. The sooner we do it, the better, if we're going to do it at all. I think we wait. Maybe we can pick off this Sky Marcher, and then we won't have to make such bad trades. But wait, there's more. Soldier, yeah, their deck has some better stuff than ours. Overall, they look kind of evenly matched. Vicious Conquistador, that's not one I'm super impressed by. 2. Right, so here we can just block it with everything. We'll just block it with everything, who cares? Gain 4 life off this, and yeah, they can kill 2 things or they can kill 1 bigger thing. Sure, they'll kill our 2 little vampires. Oh, come on now. Yes, we got there. That is the annoying thing that made our blocks impossible, so now we have a chance. Their board's still better, but now we can block the 2/2 flyer, and we can trade with 2 toughness creatures. Yeah, not much for it. I'll just trade now. And this is where we draw land for 4 more turns in a row. We have drawn more non-lands. Just not by much. Not by as much as we deserve. Come on. Alright, that's 2. Must be nice. Must be nice to draw the best card in your deck. Did they save any vampires for it? This is the worst. I don't know about that attack because they trade their lifelinker for Seeker's Squire, which is better than they could do before. Wow. Got there. So this lets us kill their flyer. Or their cleric, but I think we want to get that flyer. Maybe not. Maybe we can't afford to take the damage. Yeah. This gives us a better clock. Duress him. 3 lands over there. Yep. It's good to know, though. And I'm not going to block that. They played a swamp. Come on, Skullduggery, you can do it. All the way. No, any vampire is just so bad for us. They're going to draw their Vampire Lord off it. Watch. Do they smell Skullduggery? Is that what's going on here? Even if we have it, I think they still should attack here. Possibly. All right, Seeking. I don't want to hit a land. Ooh. Put on top, because that'll get rid of the banner. We just have to trade off one of these creatures with the soldier. And if they missed on a creature this turn, there's a chance. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. Come on, comeback time. We've got another Ixalan's Binding in the deck. And a few more lands, too. Alright, we can deal with that. And shoot, I know they have 3 lands in hand, but we'll see them. We didn't know they had 3 lands, but it made sense. And they're going to use their spells as soon as they get them, so it's not like saving Freebooter makes much difference. Nice blocker for the 1/3. Oh, it's about to be comeback time. Get some lifelinkers. Let's see what's in this graveyard of ours. We have got, let's put it over here. We have got Bishop Soldier, another one, Seeker Squire, and Skyblade. What would the safest thing to get be? Maybe Skyblade if they deal with our thing. Oh god. Alright, we need to draw removal right about now. That's an easy attack because that puts us at 3. And we're just dead. We're just dead to their attack next turn. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I was like, where's my trigger? Alright, get rid of that. We just have our vanilla creatures that of course we expected. And as long as they don't have their own Ixalan's Binding, then we're in decent shape here. And creatures come back in untapped. I'm going to be greedy here and get Seeker's Squire. Top. Makes me wish I had gotten one of our Bishop Soldiers so we could have gained 4 life back. Okay, I can deal with that. 2 more vampires on the other side. Enough to take down our bishop, but we're not going to make it easy for them. We're going to take out everything with it. It'll be 5. So it can kill... I guess it just kills the Skyblade and the Soldier or 2 vampires. And I'd rather kill the Skyblade and the Soldier. It has vigilance, so they have to block. I'll go ahead and attack with the Seeker as well. And get back our lifelinker. Yeah, I want to kill the Skyblade and leave the lifelinkers because we still just have one flyer. And they make a different block than I expected. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. I was like, where did our bishop soldier go? I expected it to be on a different side. But there it is. 4. We'll get some more life here. And they don't have much left. We've dealt with the good stuff. We dealt with Mavern Fane. We've dealt with Sanctum Seeker. They're at 16. They can attack back for 3, but we're gaining 4. I definitely want to keep one blocker back. We'll just keep Anointed Deacon back. Yeah, let's just do this. And then they put both vampires on this soldier. Totally fine. Showing off our land collections. Yeah, they actually have more lands now. So, we know how that feels. And this is raid discard 2 cards. The only reason to attack here that I can see. Another Rallying Roar, and this is how you choose to use it? Alright. Shoot. I realized the best value out of Mark would be to do it on our Deacon, and the Deacon can't pump the Seeker Squire, but this is also pretty good, and we got it! That was tough. We needed to draw both Ixalan's bindings exactly when we drew them to have a chance, but we did. So on to match 2. Cheffin is our opponent, and it looks like we do not have to mulligan down to 4 this time to start things off. Fine little curve out here. Shoot, getting attacked by Savannah Lion early. Now turn 2 we've got Seeker Squire, so if nothing else it bounces off of the Conquistador, but if it finds something to become a 2-3, then they just can't attack anymore. Exactly what you want to see early here, especially with our Skullduggery. Ooh, Skullduggery's so good against little unsuspecting bats. We will top that. I don't see a reason to throw away good early game. Especially, we know how easy it is to draw land instead of relevant cards like that. And they missed their second land drop, so did they mulligan? Or did they just keep an awkward hand? They had 2 plays. Whoops. Yeah, whatever. We know what we're doing here. Interesting. I'm going to go for Skyblade. This might tempt them to attack with the Conquistador, and then we get a 2-for-1. As long as they don't have Lightning Strike. Please don't have Lightning Strike. Yep. They do not. But even then, we'd have blocked 1 damage by making that play, so it's fine. We do not need planes. We're going to draw planes anyway. Another Skyblade. Yeah, I like Skyblades. It means we don't get Deacon next turn as often. But I'm just Still traumatized from that first match of lands only. Pirates and dinosaurs. Typical Ixalan stuff here. Well, we definitely don't want to attack with that was an awkward way to get 1 damage in. 6. I will say these 2 Seekers team up on the Thrash nicely, even if they get that Dino. Alright, what'll it be? That is the biggest dinosaur I've ever seen, and they don't want to give it up for free. So that is fair now. I hope they don't have that lightning strike after this. But we're just going to get in for 3 while we can here. It's the most we can do. Dang, charging Monstrosaur. Card is good. And now they come in with everything. Sure. How dead are we to this? I mean, we just have to throw everything on this stupid Monstrosaur, don't we? Just throw everything on it. Ugh. We could keep the Deacon off it. They might have that Dino Rally, the Dino like Trumpet Blast card. What do you think they have? Skullduggery, 6 -1. They would still die. The Sure Strike is pretty good here too. Wow, Sure Strike really gets us. That'd be 8. Could pick off 3 at once. Alright, well, we're keeping something. The Sure Strike just annihilates us. What can you do against 10 trample power against Sure Strike? Vanquish the weak. Okay, so we come out with something. We can't be too sad about that. And we're at higher life. They attack for 5. We're attacking for 5 also. Or we could attack for 3. Yeah, I think that's fine. Vanquish the weak, huh? And that was one they couldn't have had on turn 2 because they only had, or the turn we blew them out with Skullduggery because they did not have 3 mana yet. Developing slowly. Yeah, Mark of the Vampire. Okay. Actually not the worst. Because Skullduggery is so good. Get wrecked. Shoot. Saved by the skulls. And here's hoping they don't have another dinosaur, but maybe they do. If they just get another Thrash of Raptors, we're in bad shape. But they don't have it first main. Interesting. Get them down to 1 life here, if possible. And then there are cards that kill it. Like, let's say they have the 4 damage spell. Then we're just dead here. So we should exile the Thrash. I mean, I guess that's pretty clear. If they have 2 of that spell, we're dead. I'm not even sure what it's called. And they don't have even 1. Nice. We beat Charging Monstrosaur. Our deck must be good. Alright, is there any card that can discard Charging Monstrosaur from our opponent's hand? No, not this thing. Legion's Judgment seems worthwhile. Yeah, that looks like good stuff. Bishop Soldier looks good. Kitesail Freebooter is still good because of the information it gives you. Bishop of Rebirth gets a little worse. And I'm a little worried about Wanted Scoundrels, although it survives their Vanquish. Maybe our own Vanquish is underwhelming. I'm going to take out one Bishop Soldier. Shoot. Yeah, just a random card to take out. I'd rather go down to 2 and 2 than like 3 and 1. Skyblades, that is, so we still have some flyers. Keeping pressure on over the course of the game is important, if you can. Do they keep? Now, yeah, they're at 7. We'll definitely keep this. Both of our Paladins of the Bloodstained and our Skullduggery, which is great against this nonsense. Dark Nourishment to look forward to. Can we hit a land? We just need land in the top 2. Seeker Squire, so good. I thought all of the things that explored were scouts, just not true. There's some that are not. Come on, land. Yes. Feels good. 7 cards in hand, a relevant body in play. Dusk follows the light. Or something like that. And they're hitting land drops. Everyone's hitting their land drops this game. So we're up to some Skullduggery. Is that a term that's used? I don't know. Sculling. That's kind of like a stroke you can use in canoes or something like that. All these nautical terms. What now? They're going to kill a creature. They're going to kill Skyblade, right? And we can't prevent that with Skullduggery, so we're going to let it happen. We've got our mana, we've got Paladin. Uh-oh, Frenzied Raptor. We've got our Paladin, though. That's what's coming now. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with the Seeker Squire. I don't mind trading that with the Raptor and then Skullduggery with the Blight Keeper. It gives away what we have in our hand because they saw 2 in game 1 and the attack makes sense with it. But who cares? I certainly don't care about that. And it worked out better mana-wise for them not to block, so free damage. And we're not going to block with it. This is Mr. Raptor coming in. We'd have to think about what that means, but if it's not for the first strike thing, I just don't think they come in with the Raptor. Heartless Pillage, not this card again. Glorifier's good, but it can't be cast just yet. And the rest of our cards kind of have better, higher potentials. Alright, they've got 1 mana of whatever they want left. But we've got Skullduggery, and Skullduggery is unbeatable. It's just unbeatable. There's no way they can beat it. Okay. Take 3, we gain some life back. Just what they don't want to deal with, another Paladin. And we're going to have to face down Charging Monstrosaur this turn if they hit their land drop. Here he is. Here he comes. No, it won't be. Okay, they might give us the same option to block Frenzied Raptor. Yeah. Maybe they have their own Skullduggery. But I will block the 4/2. They should use it now if they have it. Oh wow, that was terrible. They're going to get ridiculously blown out by this. They will kill our small vampire, but we're still going to get to trade. They traded Skullduggery with one of our vampires. And we still get to eat their big one. Oh, they have another one. Ah, the tables have turned in a big way. I was so proud of myself. Whatever, let's kill this guy. I was so proud of myself for out skullduggerying them. And they even got it in. Yeah, they played that well. They even got it in before we blocked. We can check what they have. I'm sure it's the big Monstrosaur, right? Cheffin reveals their hand. They have Anointed Deacon? Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. We should... what should we do? We should leave back Seeker's Squire to deal with that, because they're going to possibly play the Deacon. Oh, it can't attack anyway, yeah. What am I thinking? Yeah, and we don't want to block with Wanted Scoundrels necessarily. So we could just block with these two. Alright, good blocks. Nice. On to the finals. Round 3 versus IQ Latvia. Latvia is a country in Europe. And to have IQ of a country, that's something pretty special. Alright, a good hand. Whoops, we've got our best removal spells. And a little early creature to get things going. Green. Merfolk or dinosaurs, that's what you've got there. Or green-black for the whatever nonsense there is. It is dinosaurs. It is big, tough dinosaurs. And that thing explores to find a forest, so that's annoying. But not as bad as it could be. No, that is about as bad as it could be. Because, yeah, our soldier just doesn't even attack in here. Oh well, we can always bind it. Ixalan's binding. There goes their forest we know about. And they've got some kind of blocker for the soldier. We need to draw Skullduggery to get around that. I will trade with the Keeper. Seems like more of a reasonable play. I get the distinct feeling... Well, I won't trade with the Keeper. I get the distinct feeling that there'll be bigger things to deal with than a Keeper. Sure. Between the Deacon and the binding and things, we should gain a lot of this life back. Blossom Dryad. I'm totally fine to trade this off with the Dryad. Especially gaining some 4 life here. The scarier thing would be if they didn't block. Yeah. Nice. And this thing blocks both of theirs. And we still have an answer for whatever giant monster they could play. Since they lost the Dryad, they can't really play any more than they played last turn. Oh, I don't like this. They're making this attack, so obviously they have like the +3/+3 and trample spell. And I'd rather just... It could be Reprisal now. But I'm going to attack into it. Yeah. It's not a card I'm going to play around, even knowing about it, until I see more of it. Snapping Sailback. Sure, that's another good instant one. And it's a good one we can use binding on, so we'll probably use Dark Nourishment to kill the Keeper, because that's another thing that... Oh no, we don't want to do that either. Because I think they have the pump spell. They must have a pump spell. Sure. Pump spell's gonna get us either way, I think. What a game. 3, 4, 5. Offer the trade here. It's a good start. Eight, 9. 6, 7, 8. I think they have 8 damage next turn, so they don't block here. They think they have the win. We bind their big 4/4, and it shouldn't be enough to kill us. Yeah, here they go with something. Or it might just have been a bluff attack. Pretty nice one if they pulled that off. There's a lot of good cards we could draw here. Anything with lifelink, anything with flying. Okay, that was the spell they had. Or another one. And they had this. So I read it well enough, but it was just too much. Ouch. Might make duress better. Yeah, it certainly might make duress better, but it's also mostly a creature deck, so I'm not sure even about that. Bishop Soldier, pretty good. Legion's Judgment coming in. Wanted Scoundrels is fine on the play. Yeah, I'm just not as excited about Wanted Scoundrels. It seems like a liability, and we don't need to ramp them into Gishath or some kind of monster. Would you like to play first? Yes. Keep it. Like, it's as big a point swing to play Bishop Soldier, and that thing you don't care about losing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll play Bishop Soldier here. If we get a hit off with that, it feels nice. Also, it's the most pressure we can put down. Come on, Seeker Squire. Actually, not that they could have much, but we've got one white up now for the spell that would beat Slash of Talons, so they might be hesitant to play it. Of course, they are not. That is one we put in the graveyard. Yeah, sucks to lose another Bishop Soldier, but maybe we'll get it back off our Sun Titan later. And I want to start hitting some land drops here. Call to the Feast looks good. Skullduggery's decent. I'm not actually going to use it yet. I'm not too afraid of Kinjali's Collar, and it might help against some other things. And it doesn't even get full value here. Like, we only need half of it to kill the Collar. Okay. Gross. I'm glad I binned the Soldier, given all this. Yeah, let's go ahead and use it now. It's not like they can pounce us. Verdant Rebirth. Okay, so they don't draw a card because it's not... Oh, they do draw a card. and then they get it back to their owner's hand. That was a weird little cantrip there. Could be worse. Come on, land. This was supposed to be the game. You were the chosen one. That's a big old dinosaur that we can never kill. Unless we exile it. First hurdle is down. And you know, what are the chances they have another giant monster? Pretty low, right? We have answers for 2 more giant monsters in hand, and maybe 2 more in the deck. Alright, we have to kill that right about now. Come on, black off the top. We deserve it. No. But we deserved it. Alright. Coming in. There's absolutely no reason they need to block with their giant monster, and they're not blocking anything at all. Okay. There is a good reason to kill the Drover. Right now they don't have enough mana to activate the spine back, and if we can keep them off of that for a turn, then that's at least something. Keeps them off of Gisheth, although I'd be really surprised if they actually had that in their deck, having not even seen a mountain yet. Okay. Yep. So they're going to get at least 1 dino out of the deal. These are some colorful dinosaurs. I wonder how colorful dinosaurs actually were. We don't know. I'm not even sure if we have an educated guess. Maybe some were green because there were plants and plants are green. These are the kind of... It's about as close as you can get to the truth. Gotta blend in with that stuff. Yep, there's a big old dinosaur. This is our game to win. Come on, we can do this. So what spell do they have? I think we just have to go for it. We're just gonna go ahead and block this thing. Use up their turn. Take down the mighty thundering spine back. Ouch. And that means they don't get to make another dinosaur token this turn. And we can play contract killing, yes. That's going to be the first order of business. Second order of business. Play the freebooter to see what other goodies they have. They might just spend the counter on the dinosaur if they have that little thing. Ooh. They have our Bishop of Rebirth in this deck. Wouldn't you know it? I'm surprised they're still playing the Legion's Judgment, because it's just not a card that's good against us. It's not even instant, so it doesn't protect against Skullduggery. Like, the only target we have in our whole deck is a 4/4 or something equipped with Mark of the Vampire. We even took out Wanted Scoundrel, so that doesn't help. Alright, we're still kind of losing this race, but I don't want to lose it even harder by having to face that bishop, getting back Drover and other things. And it's even scarier than the dinosaur right now, so we'll attack for 2, get hit back for 3, and then draw Mark of the Vampire would be good. Or any creature that can go toe-to-toe with this dinosaur, like our paladins. Uh-oh. binding. We'll have to use that on the Aerosaur here, because otherwise we're just not making any ground, not gaining any ground. 7. Always right when we need it. Come on, let's get our opponent super flooded. That's what I want to do. Judgment, not the best card right now, but if they top deck their giant, you know, their second Monstrosaur or something, it'll be good. Better than a land. And now we have to hold back like our 1/3 to survive. Sure. So we're hecka dead to pounce. Here we go. What have you got for us? Just an attack. And now we have to hold back our freebooter. No, not Sunwing. Yes. I mean, I guess I'm happy about that. Yeah, I think we have to kill the Sunwing. And then hope to top deck a creature. But the creature we top deck can't be Glorifier of Dusk, because they're gonna get back the Legion's Judgment. Yeah. Is this gonna work? Okay. Come on, pump your guy up. So if they pump and then attack, like a permanent pump, then we can use our Legion's Judgment. I mean, they don't know we have one. Oh no. Squire. Squire's gonna save us. Here we go. Except we need it to find a non-land. Where does that go? Okay, so this turn we jump the dinosaur, and then drawing Deacon does not help enough. Nothing helps enough. Where to use Dark Nourishment? Ugh. We already used all our good cards. We're just out of gas. But we do die to this. I'm just looking over the list. Yeah, I think there is actually no good card. The one good card would be Paladin of the Bloodstained. So we put this in the graveyard and hope to draw toward that. Good job. We figured it out. No, even that kills us. No, we'll survive at 1 life because of lifelink. We did it. We're okay. As long as they have nothing and we draw one of our 2 outs. Both of them are named Paladin of the Bloodstained. Yeah, Call to the Feast is already gone. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's not do it, because that is going to end our little run here. Thank you for watching. Good luck in your Ixalan drafts. Hopefully you saw some neat things that you can try in your own games. The games are pretty cool. They go on late. Even having aggressive decks, there's a lot of ways to keep the pressure on, especially if you're lucky enough to open some rares or evasive creatures. And our opponent in the finals had a sweet deck.